Hello guys, Sir Grindelot here for another grinding session. Last time we ran a few dungeon keys, didn't get much, so we will go back to our favorite location, the last floor of the Magician's Tower. I have not changed the gear from my previous run when I attempted for golden keys. So I am full magic fine, which means I'm at 28,695 magic fine. This may bring some impact to my DPS. I don't know. Oh, magic orbit does not one shot. Well, I don't usually one shot these mobs with magic orbit. I do so with multi-missile. That's why I like to do teleport, multi-missile, teleport, and multi-missile. And this tends to clear the area in front of me and I can move fairly quickly. We're still looking for a couple of divine magic fine gems, and by a couple I really mean just a couple, just two, and then we will be able to do some extra testing with what the hell happened? Excuse me? Did I just have a stroke? What was that? I mean, I know sometimes teleport can glitch in the Magician's Tower, but that was egregious. What the hell? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Was I complaining about Arcane Passage and zombies? I don't know. Oh, the Divine Gems! Yeah, the Divine Magic Fine Gems. As soon as I get the chance to craft a couple more, I will do a quick tinkering video where I will swap out my current shield, the Jamazan, for a Demonic Guard, the 6-slot shield with a +1 to all skills. That swap will make me lose a fair bit of damage, because currently my shield is a Jamazan which has been infused with a Dahiha helmet, which means, well, +4 to all skills, which is not bad, but it also means nice bonuses to intellect and magic damage, whereas Demonic Guard does not have any intellect or magic damage bonus. So it happened again. Okay, let's just backtrack a little bit. I know it can happen, but these couple of random ass teleports, they really messed with my brain. I was around here, right? Yeah. Like, it's so difficult to talk and play, and then suddenly teleport in a different area of the dungeon out of nowhere. Was it? Oh my god, it did it again. Oh my... Are these the improvements brought by the patch 2.0.5? Jesus, I've never had so many random teleports doing this map. I have already recorded several grinding sessions here, and I don't believe it has happened. Not even what? Oh, okay, you know what? Let's assume this dungeon is cursed. We reset it, start all over again. Let's pretend nothing happened. Hello guys, Sir Grindelot here. We're in for a totally new grinding session. We are starting from scratch. Nothing happened before this. Let's go. Jeez, that was... It really weirded me out. How can you keep a flow in your gameplay when things like that happen? Like, what should you do? Should you go back and check if the map had a mimic? Or should you just go straight to the end? I believe that the speed at which I'm killing monsters, it's basically the same. Magic orbits add a little bit of DPS, but most of the damage is done via multi-missile, which is still able to one-shot everything, so dropping one intellect gem made no difference whatsoever. I do believe this setup would start to feel rather slow in the key dungeons, because every now and then there is a key with a nice multiplier, you really want to run it, and then mobs has twice as much health points and it becomes noticeably slower. That one is probably the main reason why I want to see if I can increase the DPS and drop Magic Find, some Magic Find, not all of it, but increase the DPS to the point that I can breeze through most of the key dungeons, the forgotten something dungeons, without having to worry too much about the amount of health that monsters get, because I'm guessing it might be worth it. What do we have here? A ring. I like the design. It could be the spider name ring, which I absolutely hate. Could be one of the two Edona set rings, which would be very nice, because there's a lot of testing to be done with that set. Either to max out Magic Find, or to max it regarding critical damage and make it like the ultimate farming set. I believe it already is, and I believe that the amulet of that set is so bad that people should not run it. But I have seen people using a ring and the amulet, and then as the other ring something like a chaos ring to increase damage, sometimes infused with a demon slayer to have both increase the critical damage and the damage over time. Plenty of options. I don't think any are wrong. I just believe some are better than others, and it's worth studying, it's worth tinkering. That's what my tinkering videos are for. I do some experiments, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't and are a waste of resources. Like when I did my comparison between an Ember and Demon Bones at tier 6, both infused and level up to 40, I noticed that the Demon Bone that I already had was better than the Ember, which means that I wasted Mimic. Ooh, a Mimic with double legendary item, yes! Both useless, but it's not common for me to see a double drop from a Mimic. Anyway, my tinkering video means that I lost around 1 billion gold and 240 Kabalites and some Demon Fingers because I had to make the Ember 4 slots, but whatever, I don't care. I like testing out new stuff. And it just came to my attention that one of the two drops from the Mimic was a shield that could be an astral shield, just from the skin from the preview image. So maybe not necessarily useless. Really curious to try astral shield one of these days. Should I infuse it with a Demon Bone, with a Xanidia, with a Dahiha helmet? Who knows? I guess first I will need to decide what do I want to use this Astral Shield for. Is it just for farming? Because it has a good magic damage bonus? Okay, then if it's just for farming and the game teleported me again. If it's just for farming, I should only focus on DPS and Magic Find. And in that case, maybe Xanidia would be better. Nice mobs. And quickly, just like I like them too. What happened to my... Oh, okay. I didn't notice that there was a mob with the curse area. Aura. What? The thing that reduces your health points in half. And around the moment that I was fighting that monster, I had a look at the top left of the corner and I was like, why do I have so few hit points? 500,000 hit points. Good. You don't really need them. And I just realized that maybe I have some points invested in vitality. Okay, let's reset this dungeon. Because I believe that the last time that I had to respect my character, I decided to drop some points into vitality because I was having some survivability issues in the key dungeons that I was doing around the time. And so I left probably 1000 points in vitality. Maybe after this grinding session before quitting the game, I will use one of the respect the respect stat points and skills items and pour everything into intellect. I don't need anything else now. The rhythm is good. Yeah. So, with full magic find and good gear that is not exactly focused on magic find, apart from the rings, the magician's tower is a breeze. The last floor, I don't care about the others, they are lower tier. I hope I will not drop too much damage when going full magic find, because right now, if I don't crit, these mobs survive. But if I go the magic find way, the base damage will be lower and crit damage will be lower as well. So I'm not really sure if it will be enough. We will find out. A good amount of top assist today. There was a few days ago that I only needed 2 or 3 top assists to get a divine gem, and the game gave me so many of all the other gems. I kept getting ruby, diamond, emerald, ruby, sapphire, and the game refused to drop top assists. I was getting so mad because I don't like to quit the game with just a couple of weapon. With just a couple of gems left to do an upgrade. Emerald. I really don't find a use for emeralds. Maybe after I finish leveling up and complete the game with my archer, which is currently a mage. I'm playing it as a mage. And after I respec it and I make it like a proper archer, who knows, maybe I will appreciate dexterity a bit more? Or will it be just strength? I don't know, I don't really know. I have very little experience with the archer. I played, I had to play it legitimately from level 1 to 150 because when I decided to level it up, it was after the patch that removed the ability to spend 1 billion at the arena, at the Trial of the Gods, and use it to power level characters, because there was a chance to drop on the first wave of mobs the bonus that allows you to get rid of all of them, to clear the whole wave, and you will get a ton of experience just by clearing the first wave with a level 1 character, and a few tries of that, just enough to find that bonus. Was all that it took for many people to level up their characters to 150. I couldn't do it, so I leveled it up to 35. Yeah, 35. made the multi-class to mage, respect everything into mage, use all gear that is good for intellect and damage, and then I went to the arena, to the first one, not the platinum one, but to the low level one, and my damage was enough to clear the waves, and that was a lot of good experience, and it didn't take me long to level up the characters to 150. Definitely much quicker than following the main quest, that's for sure. I did the same process for both characters, both the mage, the archer, which is a mage, and the skirmish, which is a mage. I'm currently level up the archer first. I wanted to reach the magician's tower because the two pieces of gear that I'm looking forward to drop in good quantities for testing are, well, of course, Demon Slayer and a sword that gives 100% chance to apply bleed, and they're both very good to boost the damage, but in order to get a better chance at dropping them, I need an archer and a skirmish. I'm definitely getting a lot of stuff today. Not sure about how good it is because I've not had a look at my backpack yet, so I don't know which tier it is, what exactly they are, but this amount of gold find, well, this amount of magic find, seems to be working pretty well for us. I don't think that I would bring this gear to farm dungeons because of the problem that I mentioned earlier, that mobs can have much higher health and then you're stuck there trying to get rid of them. I wonder how much armor and magic resistance I could drop without getting one shot in this dungeon. I don't think that's something that I'm going to test because it sounds silly, but it's just something I would be curious to test. Oh, our backpack is pretty full. I didn't notice that at all. Probably have to go back to town in a few minutes, which is good. How many dungeons did we run so far? We have been here for like 15 minutes more or less. Another. Well, it's a bit difficult to guess how many times I've been here because there were a couple of times that I had to reset the dungeon because of a teleporting issue. That freaked me out and I had no idea how far I was into the dungeon. That's a bummer. But it happens. I guess it's a problem with the game engine, and I don't know if I will have a chance to fix it, or if they know that it happens and they're just whatever, just leave it in. People will make YouTube videos about it. Oh, I didn't notice there was a obelisk shrine thing. I still don't know how to call them. Maybe on the Wikipedia... Another one. On the Wikipedia there is a page that clearly tells you, oh, those things are obelisks or they're shrines, but I don't know, I have not checked. I will definitely be okay overwriting the experience bonus, and I got something even less useful, which was not easy to find, but we did it, boys, I guess. I'm leaving so much money on the ground, but the difference between the money that I can make here and in the key dungeons with a decent multiplier is staggering. Another mimic. This one only dropped one item, and our backpack is full, so time to go to town and identify stuff we have in the backpack and see what deserves to end up in the bank and what deserves to be recycled. Definitely recycle. Adamantium with... wait a moment. Adamantium with Vetrol, I think I will need to double check. I will leave the Tring as the last one, or one of the last. This. Astral Shield? No. Lehander's Guard. Don't care about Lehander's Guard. Nope. Archangel stuff. I was hoping he would be another Xanidia. I have plenty, but never enough. Imp Swing. Don't need you. I didn't even want to look at the tree just because it's a tier 5. I don't care. Sorrow's Edge. I don't know if I ever dropped this one before. Maybe I did and I just recycled it immediately and didn't remember the name. Please don't be the spider lady. Edona's offer! Yes! That was good. That was good. Because I do believe that in the bank I have multiples of Edona's Wedding Ring. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It should be here. I have a spare Edona's Wedding Band, and now I have an offer as well next to Spellbound, which is always good to have. That's amazing. That is really, really good. I got another set. As you can see, I have one here, a Wedding Band, which has been already maxed, but not infused. Only maxed. I don't know what to use for the infusion yet. Here's another Wedding Band, and here's another offer. That is great. I was really looking forward to it. Here I have a Wedding Band and an offer, tier 5. That will be part of my testing. That will be for another time. I will just quickly look at my other Adamantium to see if the roll that I found is indeed decent. 922, 867. Better than that. And I believe I will not keep more than 2, so I will recycle the one that had the weakest roll. Stack these, and let's go back. I will try not to make this farming session too long. We are a bit above 20 minutes. I think that around the 30, maybe 40 minute mark, I will cut it. And that was a necklace that I like to see, because it has a small chance of being a bone necklace, which would be immediately infused with or on tier 6 Equilibrium to see if bone necklace and Equilibrium gives better damage than double Equilibrium, because Equilibrium has a nice 20% bonus to magical damage, but only +1 to all skills, and that's not a great bonus. Whereas bone necklace, the stats are not that good, and I don't really care about using health instead of mana for casting spells. But a couple of bone necklaces infused on each other is a +6 to all skills. And if you consider that increasing a skill tends to increase the damage of other skills as well, it could be quite an improvement. Not sure though, not sure. Something that I noticed is that Demon Bone with +6 to all skills is better than Ember with +4 to all skills and higher magical damage bonus. I'm talking about infused weapons, so 2 Demon Bones and 2 Embers infused between them. Demon Bones has the better DPS. So, in theory, a bone necklace on Equilibrium should be better than double Equilibrium. And again, in theory, double bone necklace could be better than anything else, or maybe I should ignore that and go for like Bone Necklace Demon Slayer. So many drops. Bone Necklace Demon Slayer or Bone Necklace, I don't know, Bleed Damage. Bone Necklace Aether to move around quickly, so that if the game teleports me away to a wrong area, I don't get too upset about it. So many options. I mean, it feels like I'm dropping way more legendary items than just a couple of days ago. It feels like that. Maybe it's just RNG, and I mean, we've been playing 20 minutes more or less, maybe a bit more than 20 minutes, so the sample size is very small, but still, I got a full backpack, and now I already have 4 after coming back. Let me check one thing. Well, the thing that looks like a bone necklace is tier 5. I'm upset. I was so happy until a moment ago, thinking that the drop rate of legendary items had improved, and now I'm upset. Now sadness has filled my heart to the brink. And I think that I noticed while I was rewatching my video about, I think it was the one with the 4 golden keys, I left something on the ground. I left a legendary item on the ground. Probably because I had just cast Storm, and Storm fills the screen with a lot of red-ish effects, and I completely ignore. Well, I didn't notice that I dropped a legendary item. I didn't notice the pillar of light, of red light on top of it. Who knows what it was? Well, it was not an astral one, so at least I got that going for me, which is nice. And don't even remember what kind of item it was. Let's assume it was a shield. Good. Yeah, in terms of amount of legendary items, we've been doing very, very well. In terms of what the game is giving me, well, I'm very happy about that. The ring, the Edona ring. Now I have a full set on the character that I'm using now. I have a full tier 6 set in the bank, a full tier 5 set in the bank. That will allow me to test a lot of stuff. And the great thing about that set is the stats don't change much. The reason why that set is nice is that it gives you plus 1000 gold find magic find as a true set bonus combined with the amulet. Sorry, not really combined with the amulet, but it's 2 rings and an amulet, and whichever 2 pieces you pick, you get the bonus, which only requires 2 pieces. And the bonuses in stats grow as you go up in tiers. So tier 4, I believe it's 200 for each stat. Tier 5, maybe 300. And tier 6, 600. Let me check. Yeah, tier 6 it's 600 for each stat. But the magic and gold, magic find and gold find bonuses don't change, and the plus 2 to all skills remains the same. So, of course, if you want just one set as the best one on your character, the tier 6 is the way to go. But if you find a tier 4 or a tier 5 and that's the best you can get to increase your magic find, just go for it. And don't feel bad about upgrading them and infusing stuff into them, because the stats difference is really, really, really minute, and those rings will serve you for a very long time. I've been using them for weeks and weeks and weeks. There were 2 of the first rings that I dropped. I cannot move from here. What happened? 2 of the first rings that I dropped after the expansion hit, and I didn't notice in the beginning that they were part of the same set, and then the set was just composed of 2 pieces. I think I had them in the bank for 2 or 3 days before realizing this, I decided, oh, let's give it a try. And yeah, they worked very, very well. Not awful stats, skill bonus, very nice boost to magic find. I remember my tier 4 Edona set rings have spellbounds, tier 4 spellbounds on them, so that was an overall +6 to all skills, good stats, magical damage, along with +1000 gold and magic find. Pretty good for farming. I wish there were more mobs in this tower. Like, I wish each floor, because there are many floors here, had, I would say, an extra 20-30% of monsters. Like, sometimes they feel a bit empty. Like, this is a big floor, I think there were 3 skeletons. This one, very, very large floor, 10 monsters, 12 monsters. Definitely look like less than 15. And it doesn't seem to be randomized. The range in terms of amount of monsters that you can find in floors here in the tower is not huge. Most of the times you will find the same amount of monsters, more or less, in each floor. I wish there were a bit more. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And we've been here for a bit more than half an hour. I think I will do a couple of rounds, like this one and another one, and then we will call it a day for AnimA. Today I was home and I had the chance to play quite a lot while I was having a bit of rest from the stuff that I need to do daily, just to guarantee my own survival and the survival of my family, which is good. Like, surviving is good. Not surviving, not so good. I would not recommend it. Is he talking about variants? I didn't get anything yet on this floor. Did I drop anything on this floor? I don't think so. I have to say that my idea of starting to play some music in the background is something that I'm really glad that I decided to do. My videos are getting just a handful of views, so it's not like I have 5 million people telling me, oh yeah, that music is great, or oh no, that music sucks, change it. But at least they make it a lot more enjoyable for me when I edit the videos and when I rewatch them on my computer to make sure that everything is okay. And I hope you're enjoying the music as well. I always make sure to write in the description whose music I'm using, and name of the band or the author and the album and everything, as well as a link to their Bandcamp page, if I have one. I believe most of the artists that I follow when it comes to synthwave, retrowave, electronic music have a Bandwave page. Bandcamp page. That's the place where I like to buy my music. I don't use the services like Spotify because I like to own my music and have lossless files on my computer that I can transfer to my music player and listen to them whenever I want, even when I don't have internet. I'm not a fan of essentially renting the music. And when I found out the amount of money that artists make every time one of their songs is played on Spotify or services like that, and I was like, nah, that's not a good deal for the artist, at least in my opinion. I much prefer going on Bandcamp and dropping $5, $10, $15 or whatever for a full album download it in a FLAC format and be done with it. Sometimes they will release single songs for like $1, $2. Sometimes you can choose your own price. I always try to leave a little bit of money, especially because Bandcamp takes a cut, which it's absolutely fine, don't get me wrong. Because Bandcamp as a service, like, the artists need money to eat and to survive, but the people who are on Bandcamp are in the same situation. They need some money, and it's okay for them to take a percentage of the sales. Because I believe that some artists would not be well known enough, to have their own page and sell everything by themselves without any help and make enough money of it. Services like Bandcamp means that it's much easier to find artists that you like. You can listen to a preview of the songs, and then you can purchase whatever you want. I have not found many heavy metal bands that I like on Bandcamp. I'm not sure why. I'm really not sure why. All the metal bands that I like are actually produced or published by Nuclear Blast, or what's the other one? Nuclear Blast and... God, I don't remember the name of the other one. Well, there are two really huge heavy metal producers. One is Nuclear... I need to check it out. I need to open YouTube right now while I move my character like this with my other hand, because I want to see... Napalm Records. Nuclear Blast and Napalm Records, yeah. I usually buy my stuff, my heavy metal stuff, from there. Though I have to admit that every now and then I download albums, like from Pirate Bay or whatever, but it's mostly albums that I already own on CD or cassette in some other place far away from where I live now, and I refuse to buy them again. And so I'm like, look, I already paid you some time ago. So I would rather not give money to Amazon just for the benefit of downloading music that I already own. So, especially some older bands that maybe already stopped producing music or working together, and that before the digital age. Well, that's a decent amount of stuff. I would say let's go back to town and call it a day. Let's do some identification, and let's probably recycle most of it. Divine symbol, wow. Chester's mess. Come on. Some of the items in the game are so bad. I got a key? Not a very good key, but it's okay. 431. We can definitely run it, it will be okay. How about we run it now? Let's end this video with a key run. If I drop a golden key, I will run it immediately. If I don't drop a golden key, oh my god. If I don't drop a golden key, that would be it for today. At least it's not zombies. But is this the third video in a row that I say, okay, this is the last run for today, and the key dungeon is an astral, the arcane passage? It happens all the time. Does AnimA scan the microphone while I'm playing? And if I say, okay, this is the last run, it automatically triggers an arcane passage. My god, I'm so bad at remembering the names of everything. Really, really bad. But it's not just now that I'm becoming old and senile. Even when I was like at the top of my game in my teen years, and I was playing Diablo, and then later on Diablo 2 and whatever, I could not remember the name of the pieces of gear that I was looking for. It was all, I need that piece of set that combines with the other set. Yes. And that was it for me. This was a very quick dungeon. How's the next key? Okay, you give me a key without a health bonus, I will run it. I'm sorry guys, I lied. It was an awful lie. Oh, we have been rewarded. We did not give up on the game. Of course we got zombies, because fuck you game. But we got a nice map at least. We are running it with insane amounts of magic find, because we are getting closer and closer to 30,000 magic find. Here each stack of gold is around 500,000. This is a thing that annoys me a bit regarding the microtransactions in the game. Because not long ago they introduced some microtransactions that allow you to buy gold. And the amount of gold that you can buy is basically a newbie trap. Like if you just started playing AnimA and you want to upgrade some of your gear, you will notice the price seems very high. And it gets higher and higher and higher. And eventually you will start to think, my god, I need more gold. How can I make gold quickly? I want my character to be stronger. Oh, look, there is a button that I can click. And in exchange for a small amount of cash, the game will give me some gold. But the problem is that amount of gold now in the end game, which is the part of the game where you really need gold when you want to upgrade stuff, you do it in a matter of minutes. And here in the dungeons, I cannot open the shop, but I think like the biggest how to call it? The biggest amount of gold that you can pick from the store was like 10 million maybe? And the price was fairly high. 10 million I probably made it within the first minute here in this map. Because each monster dropped half a million basically. Here it's like, okay, 2 million, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one was a bit under 400. Let's say we're still at 8, probably around 9. Basically the next stack of gold. Yep, we are way above 10 million. We did it in 20 seconds, 15 seconds, something like that. So the microtransactions that are included in the game are just a way to take money out from people who just started to play. I don't think it's a very good plan, because you don't want to annoy people who just started to play your game. You want to make sure that they play for a very long time. Because if you're starting to upgrade your gear, and you're starting, I don't know, upgrading... What's the first stuff that you can upgrade? Around tier 4? I don't remember if it's possible to upgrade tier 3. But I remember it's possible to upgrade the tier 4, even the epic stuff. And 10 million doesn't go that far. Trust me, you don't go that far with 10 million. So what are you going to do? Are you spending something like, I don't know, $50, maybe even more, to upgrade a tier 5 piece of equipment, which becomes obsolete within days? Really days. Tier 4 equipment, making it to tier 5 areas, areas that drop tier 5 stuff, is so quick. You are not going to use the tier 5 equipment for very long. Look, 1 million. Look, 400,000. Let's go to the end. Here, another 400,000. Yeah, don't spend money in microtransaction. No golden key, right? Yeah, I didn't see anything. No. Dropped a couple of things. Ooh, yes. Oh, that's a very good roll for this Demon Ball. No, not very high in intellect, but very good in magical damage, and it has 4 slots. You know what? This could be a good base for a Demon Bone that is better than the Demon Bone that I'm currently using on my other character. That was not a bad find. This one doesn't look like a very good arcane defense, even if it's a tier 6. This key is awful, I don't even want to keep it with me. This key is pretty awful as well, I don't want to keep it with me. That's it, guys. I will port back to town. I will not play longer today, I now have a few things to do. So Sir Grind a Lot is checking out, wishing you all a happy grinding, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.